And I'm joined now by Lorenzo Simonelli, the Chairman and CEO of Baker Hughes. Lorenzo, great to see you again. It's been a while.
It has. It's great to be back at ADIPEC, and it's been an interesting last 18 months, so I'm glad to see you in person.
Indeed, I mean, interesting, busy. It's been a lot of uncertainty out there too, but again, I mean, it has been busy for you. Talk to us a little bit about all of the work that you've managed to actually put in place and what you've been doing in the last few months.
Well, really, we've continued our journey as an energy technology company, and at Baker Hughes, we started that journey in 2019 with our net zero commitment. And as we've looked at the last few years, we've really transformed the core from operational efficiency. We're investing in new technologies which really drive towards the energy transition, being able to move from metals to composites, being able to have remote operations, new tools, and also upgrade of equipment. And then we're focused on CCUS, energy storage, and also the hydrogen opportunity that's ahead of us. But most of all, I'd say natural gas is where we've put a key focus, and we see the next decade still being very good for natural gas.
And indeed, a lot of talk here at ADIPEC 2021 too about natural gas and the role of it. Really not even looking at it as a transition fuel, but I suppose here and now fuel, and one that we all must pay a lot of attention to. Where's the big advantage in natural gas?
Well, again, natural gas versus coal has a much lower footprint. And if you look at the consumption, again, the way in which Europe and the US managed to decrease their emissions was by shifting from coal to natural gas. Now you see that evolving also in Southeast Asia, India, China. So there's an exponential growth because the world needs energy. And we've got to provide that, and it's got to be sustainable, it's got to be affordable, and we've got to focus on lower emissions. And natural gas is here and now available.
When we look at the journey to net zero, and I think the effort that everybody is really putting in around the world, and I think there is a big united push without a doubt. I mean, this must be very encouraging, you know, in terms of making sure that the destination is now very, very clear for everybody.
It is, and I think it's comforting to see that at COP26 there were strides that were made. It's good to see that people are realizing that this is a transition, so it's going to take some time, but there's a focus towards climate change, and it's top of the agenda for companies. Now we need some pragmatic approaches and make sure that they're reasonable, and also that it's a just transition.
Technology is leading the way too, and always been for Baker Hughes and for yourself, of course, as well. How important is it we get that technology right, and you know, is the R&D going into it? Is the investment going into it, do you think?
The investment's definitely going into it, and actually technology I don't think is the biggest hurdle at the moment. I think we're going to be there with the technology, and if you look at already technology available today, we've got about 60% of the technology available or in process that will help us meet 60% of the emissions requirement of 2050. So there's some new areas that we've got to focus on, but it's really the ecosystem around governments, regulations, the framework, the financing, all of that coming together to enable the transition to be successful.
And here at ADIPEC 2021, hopefully you'll have some of those discussions. Again, how good is it to be back in place with everybody at this event?
It's refreshing to be back at ADIPEC, actually see people, be able to talk to them, reconnect. And the virtual world was interesting, but it's nice to be back in Abu Dhabi.